So, how do you feel about the race today?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, they had us in the first half, but then we pulled them.
Great.
We really pulled them.
So welcome to another episode of Depreciation Nation. And the last time that you saw us at a racetrack, we were in Birmingham at Barber Motorsports Park. And today what you see behind me is Road Atlanta. We are once again happy to be with the Champ Car Series. There are 96 cars racing this weekend. And granted, all of the budgets are different, but as far as the classes go, the budget confines you to the class that you are in. Again, our channel is very budget conscious and budget friendly, so we find this series to be a perfect fit for our channel. And before we go any further, go ahead and hit that subscribe button at the bottom of your screen so that we are always connected and you don't miss a video. So let's go. We're going to show you some of the highlights. We're going to show you the tech check-in. We are going to show you a few of the race teams, and we hope you enjoy. So we happened to find Mr. Randy Pobst in the tech line here, and he's agreed to tell us a little bit about his Flying Moose car here that we have been following on Instagram for some time. So
thank you for that.
I'm going to turn it over to you and tell us about the car.
Okay, great. Well, it's good to be here on Depreciation Nation.
Thank you very much.
This car definitely fully depreciated at least 15 years ago, and I'm not exaggerating that. I drive a Volvo in Champ Car endurance racing because, well, I've always liked them. They drive well. They got good steering, good brakes, the way they come. This one is a 740. It got famous in the movie, some love movie where they said, Volvos, they're boxy, but they're good. You will not see sharper angles on any car here than we get on this Volvo. And it still is a Volvo 740. It's got it's a turbo, and it's a 1990. And in 1990, don't let turbo fool you. It was 160 horsepower.
Nice.
Without the turbo, it was 110. So we're in what is a hot Volvo, and we're proud of it. I've been running this car for 7 years. I've had a lot of help from a guy named Frank Resinetti. He's got a shop here at Road Atlanta just a mile away. In fact, he's welding up somebody's roll cage for somebody who just failed PET.
Nice.
Right now.
Nice.
And yeah, we run the EC category, which means we've done too many modifications to be a legal Champ car, but they'll let us run anyway. And the reason is it's a Volvo. And when you got a Volvo, you have to modify some stuff because it's not a sports car. It doesn't come with all that good stuff. Now, if you're lazy and you want to make it easy, you go get a BMW because the BMW already has all that good stuff. But if you want to be unique and you want to make your life hard and you want to have people wonder why you're doing this, get a Volvo. I got a real warm spot for Volvo because I used to race for Volvo. Yes, Volvo raced and still does a little bit here and there. I raced for a team called K-Pax Racing and World Challenge in a wild Volvo S60 that was all-wheel drive, turbocharged, 600 horsepower, crazy race car. We won the championship in 2010, which is getting to be a long time ago. And so I kind of had to. When I went Champ Car racing, I had to get a Volvo.
Awesome.
And we also run the car in every other kind of race we can find. And it's had a couple of good races, and it's had a lot of adventures where we're back in the pits trying to fix it.
Awesome.
And it's all Volvo. Volvo engine, transmission, everything is Volvo. We're proud of that. And it's pretty quick.
Awesome.
We did a champ car race at Atlanta Motorsport Park, which is only about an hour and a half from here, a month ago. This is my partner, Dr. Jack Goldie over here. And at that race, we finished second in EC. Very proud of that. And then on the second day, we were throwing some brake repair at it when the pre-grid started. So we ended up last. So I started last, drove for 2 hours, and finished first when I got out of the car.
Awesome.
We didn't win because it broke.
Right.
Yeah, when the car's good, she's really good.
Yeah.
Then she gets naughty and
Yeah.
she's done.
Yeah, she's a little moody. Frank has worked on it a lot to try to make it run more reliably, and he sure made it look better.
Oh, it looks great.
It looks pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
We got some killer lights if they make it to the race. They say hello, but they're CBAs.
Awesome.
So
Well, thank you for sharing it with us.
Oh, we're here for the adventure.
Awesome. Well, we're going to see how y'all do.
I'm completely addicted to racing. So's Jack. And so we come here to get our drug fix, and that drug is the thrill you get on the racetrack.
That's awesome. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
So we are up here on the bridge, and they have black flagged practice for the race due to a mechanical failure with one of the vehicles. It looks like they have just gone into the pits, so the cars will be running again shortly, and you will be seeing them behind where I am standing right here. So we're here with Lane from Discovery Parts, and they set up at all the Champ Car races. And Lane, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, Discovery Parts, we really try to take care of racing safety just so people can get out there, have a good time, be comfortable, and stay safe is really kind of the key point of this. So, you know, we do helmets, fire suits, Nomex underwear, Hans device. We even do Hans recertification, fire systems, even into things like brakes, window nets, harnesses, all that sort of thing. So we're really out here to keep everyone safe, make sure everyone can keep having a good time. We work with Champ Car and a number of other organizations here in the Southeast.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for being out here. Thank you.
Why do we look like we're like with Mike Real and Dirty Jobs? Yeah, you know, we're gonna go to the top of the San Francisco Tower. I don't know.
Oh, you can get a good view of the car.
Based off of these cars, what year do you think this was? What year does it look like ish?
68, 60s. Unless it's a retro race, in which case it could have been last year.
What's up?
Okay, yeah, he was sitting in that middle
I
chair
thought
there.
that's who that was, so we're gonna go in here and see what we can do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this should make for a cool. This should make for a cool shot, I think. And here we are in the control tower, and this is where all of it happens. So we are here with Mr. Varsha, who has been a noteworthy motorsports commentator throughout the years. And as we were talking before we rolled film, I wanted to talk a little bit about Formula One and the time period that covered and the relationships that you had and things of that nature.
Well, Formula One was a great ride for a long time. I started as a last-minute, in the truest sense of the phrase, replacement for our regular host at ESPN, who was Sir Jackie Stewart. Jackie had been a network guy, used to all the no holds barred, prices no object, network approach to doing television. Suddenly found himself in the cable TV world, which is very, very different. And he got a little bit tired of it, decided he wasn't going to go to Austria in 1987, and so they needed somebody, and I got a call. I was asked if I wanted to go to Austria and cover a Formula One race, and I thought, how hard can that be? 26 cars, 90-minute race. It was a really quick track in Austria. How bad could it be? So I got over there and wound up presiding over the first ever double red flag race in Formula One history, meaning the cars went a quarter of a mile and wound up in a big steaming pile. So they brought everybody back. Took a couple hours to get everybody back on track. Off they went again, did the same thing over again. Fortunately, I was working with Chris Economaki, who was never short of breath or words. So he helped fill the, it must have been 4 hours, 5 hours before they actually got the race started. And then Nigel Mansell went on and won it, and all was well. They actually walked out of the track with Nigel Mansell, if you can imagine doing that.
That is incredible.
Yeah, so it was a great experience, but then Jackie came back, and in 1988, Jackie left, but they wanted a blue ribbon announcer in there, so they partnered Economaki with my old buddy David Hobbs. They did the 88 season, then Chris decided he didn't want to travel around the world anymore, so I got the regular gig beginning in 1989 with Hobbs, and went on through 2013, I guess was my last season. We started out as ESPN, going everywhere in the world. We're the only network in the world that went to every location, and since I love to travel, that was just manna from heaven, to go to these places. But then, inevitably, with the crunch of finances and what have you, we started backing out and doing more remote race calls from the basement in Bristol, Connecticut in about 1992, I guess. One race at a time, and then pretty soon wound up basically doing the entire series from the basement. Except once when we got yelled at because we did not go to Monaco, which somebody higher up at ESPN thought we absolutely should have done. What were we thinking? But nevertheless, a lot of adventures with Hobbs, and first John Visipiano was our pit reporter, and then Peter Windsor, and then Will Buxton. Steve Matchett came on board. We had Sam Posey in the booth for a while when we went to Speed Vision. And it was just great fun. with great people, all the highs and lows of the racing season, the World Championships. It was lots of good memories and a few bad ones.
Well, thanks for sharing with us.
Glad to.
Hey. What's been the highlight?
Yeah, no, he talked to us for a good half.
What's been the highlight of your day so far?
What's been the highlight of my day?
Yeah.
Honestly,
So anyhow, I'll let
just
you all
being by
get-
the track. Just being by the track. There's a rush that comes
Hopefully
by when
Saturday.
one of those cars whiz by you that you just can't describe. You just gotta experience.
I'll talk to you a little
You know, it's cool meeting all these nice guys, these people
I'll talk
that
to you a little later.
are really regular people that just have a different hobby. That's all it is. It's a different hobby from the rest of us. But just standing by the track, watching these cars whiz by and see the technique, that's been the best part of my day thus far.
So that's Champ Car at Road Atlanta. From Arjun of UUC Motorwerks to Randy Pobst to Bob Varsha of Noteworthy Commentary fame, particularly in the Formula One world, you never quite know what you're going to get at a Champ Car Series race. So we want to thank Road Atlanta for allowing us to be here. We want to thank the Champ Cars track stewards for allowing us to film for you, our audience. We want to thank Arjun and Randy and Bob for talking to us on film today. And lastly, if you haven't already, why don't you hit that subscribe button at the bottom of your screen right there so that you don't miss any of these videos moving forward. So, we're going to continue to bring you interesting content. We're going to continue to follow the Champ Car series to show you what can be done with a depreciated car. And once again, we recommend that perhaps you consider visiting one of these races, as it's about the most fun that you can have in motorsports. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.